Yo, what is happening, guys? Undisputed Vlogs, and today we're back with another Undisputed podcast, and as always, I'm back with Shay.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, first order. I literally just want to fucking say it, just to update anybody. Did you hear what happened for the week?
No, a lot of things happen. Oh, yes.
It's sad news. I was actually genuinely
Yes,
upset.
I heard it.
It was, well,
Captain Sir Thomas Muir.
yeah. So for anybody who doesn't know, I just want to fucking speak about it real quick. The guy, because we did a podcast on him whenever he did it. At that time, he raised 23 million for the NHS by doing 100 laps around his garden for his 100th birthday. Yeah. He would have been 101 on the 30th of April because he's the day after my Uncle Bill. So he is the birthday after. He would have been 101. But he got COVID on Sunday and he got rushed in and he passed away on the Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday, but he also had, was it pneumonia? He's also suffering from pneumonia as well, which kind of took him out. But no, yeah, he passed away. No, it was Wednesday. I think it was. I think he passed away early Wednesday. I don't think it was Tuesday. I think it was early Wednesday. But no, I wanted to bring it up first off to update you in case you didn't see it, and because it is sad news. I was genuinely upset about it, like because he's one of those ones. It's not just like an average person dying, like. He's one of those ones
he's a dude, like.
Yeah, it's not like just, obviously it's sad when everybody dies, but it's like, it's not just like an average person that you don't know passed away. It was like this guy, like, he did so much. He was like 100 years old, and he literally did 100 laps around his garden for the NHS. And he was a war veteran, by the way. He already served in the war. He already did his time, and he still continued to do that up until he passed. He still continued to give people and help people up until he passed. And I actually found it really upsetting because I'm like, it's like, to be fair, he lived a fucking long life. You know, 100 to 101. He lived a long life. He clearly kept himself fit because he was in the war and all. But it's like, it's always people like that. You see, when they pass, it's always sad because you're like, I hope to God I'm wrong. I hope to God that he went to a nice place. He fucking deserves it. Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of that. No, because literally I just want to say, like, literally, see whenever you look at him, he's the perfect example, and I genuinely, he's the perfect example of what you want to be whenever you're older. Well, not even older, what you want to be now, to be honest. He's the perfect example of that. No matter how fucking old you are, you're never too old to do anything, for a start. And also, no matter whether you think that you have something to do or nothing to do, you can always do something. It's the little things. The fact is, it takes little things to make other people happy, and people don't realise. And he went above and beyond to do that when he didn't have to. Like I said, he already served in the war. He did his time. He didn't have to do anything nice, but he did. And that's the point.
Exactly, because he wanted to help again.
Exactly.
Which is immense.
But no, it's like he was an amazing man, to be honest. I remember finding about that and I was mind blown because I never thought in my fucking life I'd see something like that.
Yeah, I don't know, especially when 100-year-old dude
from someone that age, because like, the fact he did 100, obviously it took him some time because he was 100, but he did 100 laps for the NHS, and it's like, it's the fact, it's crazy, right? How he did 100 laps, right, around his garden. Now, that is viewed as a normal thing. But for a 100-year-old, that's not viewed as normal. But the thing is, the amount of people that came together and donated to help him was amazing. Like, that was amazing. The amount of people, the amount of people that didn't know each other, but they all still supported this one guy was amazing. I was like, holy shit. Because that was, say he earned, I think it was in the end, like, did he earn 30 million? I don't know, he earned a lot. Say, we're going to round it 23 because that's my last known one. Even 23 million. Think of how many people donated to make that 23 because nobody's donating like 15 grand. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, yeah.
But,
people are donating like 20 quid each time, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Which is, it's still a lot because you don't have to give nothing. That's the way I always feel. Say, whenever people go, oh, you're only giving like a tenner or £20 to charity. Well, you don't have to give any to charity, so even a pound is a lot because you don't have to give it still.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's where I feel. I'm like, even if you give a pound, you still done a good deed because you didn't have to give that pound. They could literally be a pound short on their target. You've helped them hit that target. You never know. But yeah, no, I just wanted to bring it up. I'm not gonna put him in the title or anything because I'm not gonna fucking do that because that's sick. I just wanted to bring him up to update everybody and to fucking see what your opinion on it as well was.
Oh, I was saddened.
Yeah. All I can say is,
like, oh shit.
all I can literally say is I genuinely hope one day, because like I said, I would like to do a lot for charity, like run a marathon skydive. I genuinely hope someday I have the opportunity to do something like him, because that is actually inspiring. I'm not gonna lie. Like that's actually motivating to me, because I see him doing it at 100 and I'm like, he's doing it at 100. What's the excuse? There's no excuse for me. I don't like have like, you know, anything that's stopping me from running, anything like that. What is the excuse? You know what I mean? So I hope someday I can literally get an opportunity to do something. It'll definitely never be as big as what he did, but I hope I have the opportunity someday to do something even half the size of him to help people, because that is fucking inspiring. So
fair enough.
I really do. But yes.
It was good, like.
Yep. So thank you. I'm really not good in this situation. But yes, I just wanted to bring it up, update everybody. So rest in peace, Captain Tom Moore. You're done good for everybody, and we appreciate it. Like, we really do. Because nobody needed to do it, and he did. So we appreciate it.
Exactly. No, it's great.
Now, let's lift our spirits up. Because it's actually getting me upset thinking about it. Right, let's lift our spirits up. I want to tell you something. This is going to lift your spirits of how stupid it is. Do you know why Mayweather is supposed to be fighting Logan Paul?
I think I heard this, yes.
Now he wants to fight Jake Paul and 50 Cent.
Yeah. You know, just...
I'm not gonna...
Jake Paul's fucking poem as well.
I'm not gonna lie. To be fair, I'm not even gonna lie. I laughed at Jake Paul's poem. Like, he genuinely made me laugh. I remember I watched it, and he made me laugh, and I literally liked the video. I goes, do you know what? Fair play. I'm gonna give you a like for the simple fact of you made me laugh, because that was good. It's just the way he just read the poem, and he was just an asshole. And you're like, oh, you're such a dick. But it's like, it was such a smart and funny move. I have to give you props, whether you're an asshole or not. I have to give you props. I'm like, you know how to sell a fight. You know how to get under people's skin. Because when he said that, Mayweather went off on a fucking rant on Instagram about him, and he went off, and I'm like, you see, now Jake Paul knows that he's pissed you off, and now you're going to push for that exhibition. Jake Paul knows what he's doing. Like, I'm not gonna lie, more people care about Jake Paul versus Mayweather than Logan Paul versus Mayweather. Logan Paul versus Mayweather got pushed back because there wasn't enough interest, and hasn't happened yet.
Because they haven't been fucking eating each other, like, you know.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think it was Keemstar, actually. Keemstar literally said, I've seen more back and forth between Jake and Mayweather in the past few days than I've seen between Logan and Mayweather over the months, and that's why nobody wants to see the fight. Because like I've said, there is people in fighting that they're really cocky and you love to see them get knocked out because of how cocky they are. But see, when it's a fight where they both respect each other, it's not over the eye interesting. Like, I've watched many fights. I'm a big UFC and a big boxing fan, right? There is fights where if they respect each other, it's still entertaining if they're massive. You know, like, they're going to have a good fight. But it still always makes it that much more exciting when they trash talk, because they're like, right, now they both know they can't lose. It's like whenever McGregor trash talks back in his day, he would trash talk, he'd be like, right, now he knows he can't lose, or else he's going to look like a real dick, so he can't lose. So it made it more interesting, because you're like, now it's not just a fight and the loser loses, it's literally, I will hold this over you for the rest of my life once I knock you out, and it's literally going to be this constant thing that you will never live this down, and that's what makes me interested. But then he wants to fight 50 Cent.
He's a header.
Imagine Mayweather versus 50 Cent.
I don't know, sick. Did he trained Jake Paul, didn't he? Something like that.
I don't know, to be honest. I really don't know.
I thought Keemstar said that he trained Jake Paul, and I was like, but if he trained Jake Paul, why the fuck are they fighting? Is he not still training him and all this shit?
See,
no, but I haven't already.
I'm confused because I know, do you know where KSI got trained by, obviously, Fidel, but the Mayweather gym, which is no Floyd Mayweather, it's his dad, which is Floyd Mayweather Sr., I think it's his brother or cousin, Jeff, And it's like all these different ones. They're the Mayweather family. It's their gym. It's the most known boxing gym in America, in Vegas. And KSI got trained by them. But before KSI started training with them, Logan Paul got trained by them. Like, he only went in a few times, but Logan Paul got trained by them. So I'm like, did Jake just train there? And he ran into Floyd Mayweather, and Floyd Mayweather there, he goes, yeah, throw the punch this way. And now you called him your trainer. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. Because I'm like, I've literally seen people go, oh, he trained me. And you're like, well, no, you run into him for 2 seconds. And he literally said...
He showed you something.
He said, twist your hip a bit more. And now you think he trained you. Because it's like, I know people are literally going to be like, you're just hating on Jake. But the thing is, I know Jake would do that. Because, like, let me give you a perfect example of how Jake would exaggerate things for views. Don't get me wrong, it is very smart. Because he gets views. I'm not taking that away from him. Very smart. But he exaggerates it. It's like his last freestyle or whatever it was, so far freestyle. It literally says featuring Mike Tyson. It doesn't. It has Mike Tyson in it for about 30 seconds telling Jake, oh, it's a good song. But when it says featuring, it's they're in the video, they're performing. Mike Tyson doesn't perform, but he clickbaited everybody saying, I knew Mike Tyson wasn't going to rap. I knew it. But there were so many people in the comments saying, I'm disappointed. I thought Mike Tyson was going to rap. And I'm like, you see, Jake Paul clickbaited you. I clicked on it because I wanted to see what Jake Paul sounded like. I didn't care because I knew Mike Tyson wasn't going to be rapping, so I didn't click on it for Mike Tyson. I clicked on it because I wanted to see what Jake sounded like. But he clickbaited so many people, and I'm like, fair play, you're good at it. But this is what I'm saying, is this just another one of those situations where one thing happened and he's exaggerating it to get more hype around the fight or whatever? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it probably is.
Like, I mean, if it is, it's a smart move, but I'm just saying.
I didn't actually hear from, like, Jake Paul that he was his trainer. Because I remember Keemstar said it in his video.
Yeah.
So he did. I think I watched it like yesterday or the day before or something, but he said it in his video. So he did. I watched on it, and I was like, so we actually trained him then, you know. But it was Keemstar. It came out of Keemstar's mouth.
I think.
Right.
I'm pretty sure Floyd Mayweather posted on Instagram because Jake posted like 2 years ago, probably when he fought Deji, that. Floyd Mayweather was his trainer. I think Jake Paul posted that, and I think Floyd Mayweather reposted it to take a shot at Jake, basically. Because they really went back and forth. It's entertaining, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm going to be honest, do I have an interest in seeing the fight? Yes and no. Because I have an interest in seeing the fight because, I mean, I want to see how Jake will do against, you could make the argument, the greatest boxer ever, like I said. But Floyd Mayweather is older now, so he's still fast, don't get me wrong, he can still hit hard, but he's not in his prime. So I would just like to see, like, can Jake, I definitely don't think he'll beat Mayweather, but can he give him a good run? Because if Jake got in, and he literally lasted all rounds with Mayweather and didn't take too much damage, I will give him props, because if you get in the ring with Mayweather, even if you lose by loads and loads and loads of points, if you stay the distance, fair play. Because if you're getting punched in the face, like, no championship rounds, like championship fights, I've seen people get the living shit kicked, like, beat out of them in a boxing match, and at the end, you're like, you were miles upon miles upon miles away from winning, but I will give you props, because you got beat about, but you stayed on your feet for 12 rounds, I will give you, because I would have been unconscious on that floor. Like, I would have been unconscious, so, but, no, it's, Floyd Mayweather started taking shots at him, and it was so funny. Because Jake Paul, do you know in the poem he goes, I appreciate your submission, but I don't do exhibitions, or something like that. Yeah. And Floyd Mayweather took a shot back, and he literally goes, what are you talking about? You don't do exhibitions. Your 2 fights have been exhibitions. And he turned around and goes, you haven't fought a pro fighter. You fought a YouTuber, and you fought a NBA player. He goes, you fought celebrities, basically, you haven't had a pro box match. He goes, that's an exhibition. And I'm like, I don't know the full rules around an exhibition. When you say exhibition, I view it as headgear, and, like, instead of 10-ounce gloves or something, it's like 14, 16-ounce. It's like bigger gloves. Like KSI versus Joe Weather, you have a head guard and you have bigger gloves. That's what I view as an exhibition as. But if Floyd Mayweather's saying that's an exhibition, I'm not going to say it's not, because I don't know as much as him. He's the boxer. You know what I mean? So there's probably different ways you can have an exhibition, but he does have a point. Even if it's not classed as an actual exhibition, it's like, you haven't fought a pro fighter, so how could you count them as pro fights, if you get me?
Exactly.
It's like,
yeah, but it's Jake Paul, so he will.
I know he will, but I'm like, how could you count them as pro fights if you haven't played fought a pro fighter, you know what I mean? But like I said,
Yeah.
when you say exhibition, I think headgear, I think padded gloves. But if Floyd Mayweather says it's an exhibition, it's an exhibition, because I don't fucking know. I'm not going to say I know more than Floyd Mayweather, because I don't. So it's like, if he says that's an exhibition, which would make sense, because you haven't fought a professional fighter, but that would make sense. So, but he has a point whenever he goes, what are you talking about? Your first 2 fights have been exhibitions? I'm like, he's really... he's... Because he said this is what Floyd wants to do. He wants to go to Tokyo, Japan again, and he wants to have an exhibition. He wants to have the exhibition with Logan. Then he wants to fight Jake Paul, and then he wants to fight 50 Cent.
Yeah. No.
So.
It's mental.
It is.
You know.
It's
fucking
internet. Internet is an amazing place.
Sure. Did you hear Deji tweeted as well?
He wants to fight again.
He tweeted that he wants to fight again,
Yeah.
and I'm just sitting here like, yo, I'm not even excited for it, because I mean, you had the opportunity to fight Jake Paul at the start, yet you didn't train that much for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like KSI sat there and says, hey, we should go training, but you sat there and played Fortnite. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why? Why would I want to watch that again? Because you did fuck all.
Yeah. It's like, see, he could change, right? He may train his ass off, you never know. But the thing, I'm over, right? Because I like Deji, I do, right? But, I like Deji, but the amount of times I've heard him say, I'm going to fight again, since Jake Paul beat him, and I have not seen a single thing to say he's fighting again. He was offered to fight Gibb. You know Gibb, because Jake beat Gibb. He was offered to fight Gibb, and Deji's excuse to Gibb was, which I think it's a fair excuse, to be fair. He said Gibb is one of JJ's best friends and I'm his brother, and because this was around the controversy, like this was just after like him and JJ had beef, and he goes, I don't want to fight one of his best friends in case it causes beef between us again, in case he cheers for his best friend or whatever, because Deji would obviously feel, he's your friend, but you're my brother, you should be on my side, but then JJ won't want to go against Gibb because Gibb is one of his best friends, so you're kind of just like, I understand why he declined that fight, because I wouldn't do it if I was in his shoes, because you're asking for beef with somebody. You're either asking for him to fall out with his best mate and blame you, or go against you and be on his best mate's side. So you're asking for something, so I understand that. But he's been offered to fight, like, Slim and all, who beat Fusi and beat him badly. No, Fusi too.
Fusi?
Yeah. Fusi
oh my god, Fusi too. I hate him.
He beat the fucking... I've never seen an amateur boxing match where somebody has been beaten about so much in my life. I actually genuinely felt bad for Fusi Tube. Fusi, do you know what the problem was? You haven't seen it, obviously. But Fusi Tube, do you know what the fucking problem was? He didn't do much more than Nate Robinson, to be honest. Because he stood there. He had his hands down. And do you know how he blocked Slim's punches? With his face. That's how he blocked his punches.
My God,
I'm not joking, no. Chasey, after we finish the podcast, search up Fusi Tube versus Slim and literally say highlights, and I guarantee you every single highlight he blocks the punches with his face, and both his eyes are swollen. I genuinely felt bad for Fusi, because don't get me wrong, I don't have anything towards Fusi. There's times he annoys me, but I still even sat there and I'm worried because his eyes are swollen. He's gonna have to go to hospital. I hope he's okay. Even like if Jake Paul got knocked unconscious, I'm not sitting there like, oh, I hope he doesn't wake up. I'm sitting there like, right, fuck you, Jake, but I hope you're okay. I hope you wake up, and I hope you're able to walk and fucking breathe normally and go on. But after you do that, I will rub it in that you lost. But I still hope you're okay. You know what I mean? Even though I don't like Jake, I'm like, I don't wish anything bad on your health. I hope you're okay. You know what I mean?
See,
but
I probably feel the way about Fusi Tube that you feel the way about Jake Paul. I do not like Fusi Tube.
Why?
At all.
Why?
I just don't like him. I've never liked Fusi Tube. I just don't like him at all. He's just, to me, he comes off, because I haven't watched him in ages, but to me, he comes off as too overconfident about everything. You know, and then he posted the picture of his girlfriend on Twitter. He goes, one man's trash is another man's treasure and all this shit. Yeah. And he got trolled. So he did. But obviously, because everyone gets internet trolled,
it's like...
he just took a shitstorm and then blamed it on his mental health and all this shit. And you're just like, bro, it's like, a joke.
It's like so many people have said, if you can't handle being trolled or getting made fun of, don't do anything online, because that's what it is. And like, see, I understand that you could make an excuse for a lot of what FouseyTube has done due to mental health, because people who say that mental health isn't an excuse are people that don't deal with mental health. But at the same time, there has to be a limit, because mental health takes a lot of tolls, right? So yes, you have you don't have an excuse, but you do, right? If you do something bad and it is due to your mental health, it is understandable why you did it, but it still doesn't make it okay, if that makes sense. So it's an excuse, but it's not an excuse. It's like if you say you have a really shit day because of your mental health and you're really fucking rude to somebody. We understand why you were, because you were having a shit day, but that still doesn't give you the excuse to be rude because of that. It doesn't make it okay. You know what I mean? Because when I'm addicted to somebody, when I'm having a shit day and I'm addicted to somebody, I apologize. I don't go, oh, it's because my mental health was really bad this day. I don't have that. I apologize because I'm like, it doesn't matter. I shouldn't have taken it on you. I own up to it. But it's like, he does need to get help. And I'm just saying that against him. He does, because he has a short temper, I've noticed. I have a short temper as well, but he has the platform to go off, and he just needs to learn. This is the internet. People are going to troll you, and if you don't like it, you're just going to have to go somewhere else, because I'm sorry, but it's not going to change. Like, it's never going to change, because that's the way the internet is. They want the reaction, and when you give them that reaction, they're going to continue to do it, because they know how to provoke you now. So, but I don't have anything against Fousey. There's times that he does annoy me, the way he gets overconfident, or he does this and that. But then again, everybody gets overconfident about something, and everybody is annoying in some sort of way. Where it's like, I said, Jake, the reason I dislike Jake is just for the simple fact of, it's not the fact he's overconfident, it's not the fact he's successful and I'm not. It's literally just the fact of, he just doesn't know when to stop. He doesn't have limits, and like, it's his life, he can do what he wants. But it's like, when you think you have the right to think you're the best at everything, you have the right to do that. That's your opinion, right? But see, when you're disrespecting people to do it, that's when it draws the line, right? You have the right to think that you're amazing at boxing if you want to, right? Because we have never seen Jake Paul at his full potential. He could possibly be a very good boxer in a couple of years. You never know. This world is a very weird place. But for you to turn around, and yes, you're building hype, but for you to turn around and wear a WBC belt, that is disrespectful. Because he literally got a WBC belt made and walks around with it. And I'm like, you walk around with that because you beat Deji. There is people that literally have trained their entire lives and have beat the living head off people, got their head beat off them to get that belt. And you just bought it and put it round your waist because you beat Deji. You know what I mean? That's disrespectful. I'm like, if you want to be cocky, you do that, but don't get a WBC replica, because that's disrespectful. It's like I said, if he wants to do it, he can. But the amount of people, you could tell professional fighters were pissed, because they're like, we worked our entire lives, we've put our blood, sweat and tears in this sport for years. You literally beat a YouTuber and you think that you deserve a belt like that? It's like, no. It's like even KSI's belt, I don't know what fucking belt it was, but I don't know what belt it was, right? But the difference was, when KSI got his belt by beating Joe, he said, it's the YouTube boxing belt, right? And I'm like, exactly. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It's the fact that you acknowledged it as you didn't have a championship. You didn't have a world title. You had a YouTube boxing belt. That's what you acknowledge as. Where Jake acknowledges this as he actually won a professional boxing belt. And I'm like, no. You beat Deji. It's a YouTube belt. I don't care if you go, it says WBC on it. Did you win it by beating a YouTuber? Yes. So that makes it a YouTube belt. You could literally fight a professional fighter and say that you'll lose it if he beats you and beat him and keep it. That still doesn't make it a professional boxing belt, because you still won it by beating a YouTuber. Until you take it from a professional. You know what I mean? So it's like, I said, he can do it if he wants to, but it's just the way. I respect Jake Paul for he knows what he's doing, and he's a hard worker, and he's a hard worker and he grinds hard, but it's just like, there is times where he just doesn't know how to stop being a dick. There is a limit, and he just doesn't know that there is a limit to, right, I'll stop being a dick now. But there is times I will commend him, like after the Nate Robinson fight, when he did an interview. I even thought Jake Paul was going to be like, oh yeah, no, I knocked him out cold, he's a pussy, he's this, he's that. But Jake Paul even said, I hope he's okay. Jake Paul literally said, I hope Nate Robinson is okay. Because I was sitting there, like, watching this, and I was sitting there looking at Nate Robinson like, is he okay? Because he was not moving. And even Jake said he could have went off. He waited until Nate recovered and then talked trash, and I respect that because you have the right. But the fact that you literally waited until he recovered and you knew he was okay and there was no serious damage, I respect that. So I'll commend him for that. Because, like I said, he literally goes, I hope Nate Robinson's okay. Because at the end of the day, even if you hate each other, it is still a sport. You both have families to go home to, whether you have kids or whether it's your mom or whatever. You both have families to go home to. That's why even like UFC fighters and all, they always say, yeah, I want to knock you out if I hit you, but I don't want to kill you in here because you have a family to go home to and I have a family to go home to, and it wouldn't be nice for either of them. So at least when you're a professional, you have that mindset that you know what happens in the boxing ring stays in the boxing ring, because even if we dislike each other outside of it, this is a sport. It is not fight to the death. This is a sport. We both have our lives, and there's no killing in this ring. It's I beat you because I'm better, or you beat me because you're better, and that's it. You leave it in the ring. And that's why, even though Jake mouths off, I'll commend him for that, because he waited, and I'm like, that's one thing I'll give you major props to, because if you had mouthed off, fucking hell. But yeah.
That would not have been good, like.
Yeah, it wouldn't have helped him, but then again, he plays the villain, so it kind of would have helped him. But, yeah, we'll go on a break here, and then I've already sent it into the group, the next part I want to talk about, but I want to actually like explain it to you. But we'll go on a break, and then we'll come back and we'll have a laugh about it, and then I have a question that we'll take up sometime. So, but yeah, we'll go on a break now, and then we'll come back. Right, so we're back. It's just that stuck in my head. Another thing I wanted to say to you, but I think you've seen it in the group chat anyway that I sent it in. Have you seen what Lil Uzi did?
No. Not making it.
What a twat. So, if I say Lil Uzi, you probably don't know who I'm talking about, because there's Lil Uzi Vert, they're all the same.
There's too many Lils in this fucking industry. Like, you know, there's Lil.
The only little I care about is Lil Dicky. Yes.
I like Lil Peep,
so,
but he died, so rest in peace.
Yeah. But yeah, no, the fucking, yes. So do you know where you get a pink diamond, right? Do you know a pink diamond?
No.
It's literally a diamond, but it's pink. It's worth more. It's like a strawberry diamond. It's like, it's worth a lot, right? So he got a $24 million pink diamond, right?
Right.
Now, you're like, oh, that's a normal thing for a celebrity to do, which it is.
He probably smashed it or something.
No. He done something that's, oh my god. So a lot of rappers cover themselves in tattoos. A lot of rappers cover themselves in piercings, right?
Right.
Rappers get piercings in many, many places. Their nipples sometimes, their mouth,
their dicks.
Sometimes their dick, their ears.
Yeah.
Lil Uzi took it to the extreme and got a piercing somewhere nobody's ever got it before, and it's not his anus, before you said it.
It's gooch.
He got it pierced. Do you know what the perfect thing? Right, see Tom McDonald, see on his forehead.
Mm-hmm.
What's there? What tattoo is there?
On his forehead?
Yeah, like between his eyebrows, just above. It's not hard. Like when you think of Tom McDonald, it's like the first thing you see, because it's right above his fucking eyes.
He's got a lot of fucking tattoos on his face.
I'll just tell you, it's an axe.
He's got a skull. Oh,
it's
right,
an axe,
right.
It's an axe, like big here. Right. That's where Lil Uzi got not only a $24 million pink diamond, but he got a $24 million pink diamond pierced into his forehead. And people are making fun of him, as you do, because it is the internet. And he posted something that was actually quite worrying. He posted a thing of it was bleeding a lot. And I sat there and I'm like, you fucking dumbass.
Yeah.
How are you supposed to stop that bleeding? Because like, I'm pretty sure, obviously like you could lose a lot of blood anyway, but I'm pretty sure if you lose more blood in your head than anywhere else, you're going to be in deep shit. Just saying. And it was bleeding a lot. I think he got it fixed, but it was bleeding a lot. And I said to myself, what in the right mind makes you wake up in the morning, say a $24 million pink diamond, not only first off say, I'm going to pay for that, but then go, I don't even want it on like a ring or anything. I want it pierced on my forehead. Why?
To show off that he's a fucking millionaire.
Yeah, but why?
Because they're idiots.
Like, I
Yeah.
see this thing about, oh, he wants to show off his money. Give me a valid, good reason that people actually give a shit why they want to see that. Because if you pierce on your head, trust me, see, when I saw he pierced on his head, my first instinct wasn't, oh my god, he's so rich. My first instinct was, what a fucking idiot.
Dick.
That was my first instinct. That was my... Maybe other people were like, oh my god, he has so much money. My first instinct was, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you so stupid? So it wouldn't make a difference if the local fucking city centre crackhead got a fucking diamond pierced into his head, or Floyd Mayweather got a diamond pierced into his head. I'm still gonna look at him like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
He's
Just go for something normal, like the ears or the nose or the mouth or something, or even pierce your fucking jab side. Why do it on your forehead? Why?
Just stick a big needle inside of your duck sign, that'll work.
Like, oh, no, but like, I sent it into the group and I didn't know if you saw it, but I just wanted to bring it up to see your reaction. Like,
he's fucking, he's a hitter. Yo, at least he's not doing what you'd expect everyone else to do in that position, is spending on drugs. You know what I mean?
No, I'm pretty sure he still does it.
No, well, fuck him then.
I mean, he is a lot more than 24. He did. I guarantee that $24 million didn't scratch his bank account.
That's like a tenner to him. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if it's even a tenner yet, like that doesn't scratch his bank account at all. But
it's like
I mean,
if
it's like it's his money.
That'll be what that is.
It's like it's his money. He can spend it how he wants. But I just want to know what thought process goes on in your head before you make that before you make that decision. Like, what thought process goes on in your head before you actually make that decision? I just want to know.
Probably.
I'm curious.
Yo, dude, look at all this money I have. Look at me. I'm gonna spend it on this shit and get a tattoo pierced into my fucking forehead. Yo. Like, probably that.
Well, you sit there in the interview and what goes on in your head before you make a decision like that? One word. What's that? YOLO. YOLO. No,
one more word. Money. You know.
One more word. Yeet.
Yeet.
Oh god.
I say too much. I say yeet too much. Like, I've started saying it in work and
you don't even say. You say yeet where you should be saying YOLO. Like, whenever somebody goes, why would you do that? Somebody go, YOLO, you only live once. You go, yeet. It doesn't make sense the way you say it, which makes it funnier because in your mind it makes sense, but to nobody else, in your mind going, yeet makes sense, but to every single person inside yourself it doesn't make sense.
Dude, I'm just like, just yeet, man, like, I don't know. I just like saying the word yeet. It's fucking cool.
Oh my god.
And then Sophie told me the opposite of yeet is yoink, so I started saying yoink as well. So, yeah.
Oh, what do you think, Shay? Is it, do you know why there's a copper drop? Whenever you see a nice shoe, whenever you see a nice pair of shoes, yeet or yoink. The thing is, you'd be the type of person, you would say yeet if you like the shoe. When you're supposed to say yeet, I'll fucking yeet that shit out because it's shit. What do you think? Yeet, but you like it.
I know, like, I understand the way yeet is used because I'm like, yeet yourself away from me, right? Like, I'm gonna yeet the fuck out of you, like, but it's just, it's another thing. It's like, if I'm happy, I'll go like, yo, yeet, motherfucker. And it's like, are you buying a Chinese? And I fucking yeet, mate, yes. That's the way, I don't know.
It's so funny.
It makes so much sense in my head, just fucking yeet, like it is.
I'm glad you do it though, because it's fucking entertaining. It's funny. It's just the way you use it, and then like people that's not me look at you weird, like what? And I'm just like, I get what he means. It's not exactly what you think it means, but I get what he means.
Yeah, I'm like, fam, like, I don't care the way people see me, like, I'm gonna speak the way I speak, and I'm gonna talk the way I talk, because they're the same thing, but I'm gonna speak and talk the way I speak and talk, and, it's just the way it is, people are just gonna have to deal with it. I'm not gonna change the way I speak for somebody, That's they had that discussion with me in work, and it's like, why do you say decent all the time? I've stopped saying decent, and they're like, why do you say fam when yeet, like, you don't fucking... You're not in the hood and all this shit, and I'm just like, mate, that's the way I speak, you know what I mean? And I'm like, do you change the way you speak for other people? And they're like, well, yes, in certain situations. And I'm like, well, I'm not like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'll
Well,
talk,
if they say that, you're like, well, I'm not the one that stands there and says mucker, so I'm not the one who needs to change.
Exactly. I don't know. I'm like, I don't say mucker. I don't say fucking fuck around and all that shit. Like, you know, fucking, I don't know what to say. Like, I just speak the way I speak. I don't say I'm going to. I say I'm. You know.
Yep.
I'm gonna do that. You know. And that's the way I speak, and that's how I do it, and that's great. You know. Plus, it makes me unique. So if you've ever heard someone speak like such a twat, you know it's me. So like, and it's funny as well. So.
It is. Oh.
Sounds kind of boring as well because you're fucking yawning too.
No, it's because I got fucking 4 hours of sleep last night. That's why.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I've one question. It is literally, if a genie were to grant you 3 wishes right now on the spot. I don't know if we've ever done this one before, but we're gonna do it again. If a genie were to ever grant you 3 wishes right on the spot right now, what is the 3 things you'd wish for?
Fucking hell.
Well, I think the first one, I think we can both agree, COVID can do one. COVID can suck its mum. No, I get rid of COVID, yeah. Oh, I would not only get rid of COVID, my second wish would be I would get rid of every illness.
Fair enough.
So the only way that anybody could die is by natural causes. So you don't have to worry about somebody contracting a certain illness and then having to pay loads of money to get treatment when it should be free. But
yeah.
America. Just take your shots at America there. No, but yeah, no, I would do that because then it means that people would only die of natural causes. And you wouldn't have to worry about like all these different things with the amount of things that are there. So yeah, I would do that.
Fair enough.
I don't know what my third one is.
Fuck. I know what one of mine is. No, I know what 3 of mine are.
What?
So, because obviously I want COVID to go, you know, because obviously we all want COVID to go.
Yeah.
But I don't have the second one yet, but I have the third one. So, the third one...
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
You know, it's... like... It's the way my head goes, man. Like, I have my first one, don't have my second one yet, but I've already got my third one. So, you know, because my third one, my last one, it's not more wishes. Because you can't wish for more wishes, so I just wish for fucking 10 more genies, you know? So you get more fucking...
No. Let's say you can't do that. Let's say you can't do it. You have to have general wishes.
Fuck's sake. I don't know, because, like, I want to help myself.
Because if you were able to do that, everybody would just do that.
Exactly. That's how you cheat the system. That's a loophole. You can't wish for more wishes, but I wish for more fucking genies, you know?
No, I wish for COVID to fuck off. I wish for every illness to fuck off. I would wish... Here, I'm gonna be, I'm gonna cheat the system, but I'm not gonna cheat the system. I wish for my content to have more eyes. Now, that's not me wishing to just be granted all of these subscribers and all this money by doing absolutely nothing, because I never wished to just be sat there. I wished for the eyes, so then they can decide whether they like it or not. I think that's a good business standpoint, because it's not like you're just wishing to just be given it. You're wishing to have the opportunity to grant them it. I got it. You're not wishing to be handed it. You're wishing to be granted the opportunity of showing your hard work. That's the best way to say it.
Yeah.
Yes. Fuck this system.
See, I'm more like, I don't know, because like if I could choose right now, I'd already be moved out with you guys. You know what I mean? So I don't know, because I kind of want to wish to be already moved out with you guys.
I mean, you could always wish for just unlimited money.
No, I don't want that. I want to work.
Well, that's neither do I. That's why I said that I don't want handed all the subscribers. I would like to be granted the opportunity to have loads of people to present to, and if they like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, like, you get to a point, you just realise, like, the money isn't even real. You know what I mean? Like,
as I've said, I've went over
like,
this so many times. I've said the way people say money rules the world, it does. But see if you, the way people go, oh, money runs everything. See if you took out every single bit of money on the earth and there was no money and you didn't pay for anything, it wouldn't change because you have to pay for shit because money exists. Say if you took money out of the equation, that money doesn't, see that money that you hand people for, like, say oil, right? Or say science shit. Say science shit, right? Say you hand money to do all these science experiments, they get paid for that. But say you took money out of this world, you couldn't pay them, but that doesn't stop them doing it because it doesn't. That money doesn't actually make the ingredients appear. It just motivates them to make, like, get the ingredients to do it. If you get me, it doesn't actually make shit appear. It just motivates the person to actually do what you want them to. So the money doesn't do it. So if you took money out of the world, it wouldn't make a difference. You everything be run the exact same. You just wouldn't exchange money. You'd walk into the shop the exact same, and people would do that and shit. But like it would be robots because nobody would work for free. But you'd walk into a shop, you'd lift shit, you'd fuck off, and it wouldn't make a difference because you're not losing money and nobody's gaining money. So nobody is like losing out on anything. Nobody's gaining anything. You're all on the same level.
Exactly. And then nobody would break into anybody's houses because, you know. They wouldn't need to sell it to get money.
I mean, but they might break in because they like stuff and they want.
And they can just take it for themselves, you know, from a shop. You know what I mean?
It would also mean you can't bail yourself out of prison whenever you fuck up. You can't just hand them money because there is no money.
Oh shit, yeah. You just walk out.
I mean, technically you couldn't be done for shoplifting then because you don't pay in the shops then. If money don't exist, you can't get done for shoplifting or robbing a shop.
And you can't get done for ordering a cooker because you're technically not paying their money. Do you know, actually, if you order...
I'm gonna go to the co-op and I'm gonna steal all of the Freddos. Oh,
each one is like 30p now. That's disgusting.
Well, no, they're all free because money don't exist.
Oh, fair enough, yes. Do you know what, actually, say you be pro tip for life? Apparently, if you order a prostitute, this sounds so weird, order a prostitute, buy a woman. No,
on Amazon? First day delivery?
But then, since we're over here, it comes like 2 days after you order it.
Oh, fuck.
No,
First
say
class
if you do
shitty.
that. Yeah, say if you do that and like the police are following you or something.
Yeah.
And like they bust down into the room that you go into because I don't know why you wouldn't just do it in your car. But if you do it in a room and you've got a camera sitting up there, you can say, no, we've actually consented, we're making a porno. You know, I don't think they can do anything about that. You know what I mean? Because you're not just paying her for sex, you're paying her to make the film. So.
Well, you're not paying her at all because money don't exist. You're doing it out of your multiple interests.
Yeah, but in real life, like, not like, say if the money, you know, because money does exist.
Yeah.
Nah, it is like.
If you said to her, I'm not going to give you it, but if we do this, that will make money in the future and half of that money is yours. That's not you paying, that's you making a business agreement.
Yeah.
A mutual business agreement.
Yeah,
So.
See if I could go back in time to like a wee bit ago, like I would, like, because I, you know, like a wee bit ago was like the 60s. Because see my granny and granda's house, right? Do you know how much their mortgage cost back then? It was a lot, but now it's not a lot. It was $3,000, so it was their mortgage costed $3,000. So
that's really
like
cheap.
3,000.
Compared to nowadays, that is cheap.
Yeah, because you've got, like, I was looking at houses there, right, and good houses, like, I looked, 100 grand, right, in East, in here in East, like, for a semi-detached house with, like, 3 bedrooms minimum, 100 grand, there's only 2 houses up for sale right now that meet those requirements. You know, everything else, there is literally a house. Do you know where the GP surgery is up the road next to Muds? There's a house there. I think there's a house there for around 240 grand.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of your wishes to just eliminate money.
Yeah,
that would be
please,
helpful.
because then we wouldn't have to buy a house. We could just move in.
Okay. Well, you have one more fucking wish then.
Oh god.
I've said my free.
You know, I don't know. I guess my wish would be. I would kind of just eliminate hate from the world.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'll do that. No money, no hate.
Shay's
Which
world
means
is
there'd
like
be no
no other.
religion, 'cause that's a
KSI and Jake Paul are actually friends. Ooh.
Oh, what a world! What a world! No.
Oh my god, you're like, I would eliminate hate and get everybody to get along, and then you see JJ and Jake Paul are friends. Fuck it, we fucked up. Go back.
Yes.
You're actually forced to watch Jake Paul because he collabs with the Sidemen. Go back.
See, that just seems wrong now. So that just seems like I don't know.
Yeah. That would be worse. Oh, so yeah,
Seems
mine
like
is
incest in the sex
COVID.
world. That's just wrong.
Yes, I'll be COVID illness. Eyes on content, and yours would be get rid of COVID.
COVID. Get rid of money and get rid of hate.
And get rid of hate. Yeah. Sweet. I like that question. I don't know if we've answered that question before because it seems familiar, but we answered it again anyway because we probably give different answers than before. So.
Yeah, our minds change all the time, just like
yeah,
our moods.
yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there's nothing else to say. We reflected on Mayweather. We reflected on Uzi being him, being a rapper.
Being himself.
And we answered the questions. Oh yes, and then we reflected on Captain Tom Moore. So yes, again, rest in peace. But yes, we'll end it here. Because we've talked about everything we really need to talk about. So we'll end it here.
Weird, we've got
as
like
always.
10 minutes left.
Yeah, I know. As always, like, my links will be below. Shay's links will be below in the description, as always. Hope you all have an amazing day. Hope you all are thinking positive and testing negative. I've been Undisputed. That's been Shay. Shay, do you have anything to say aside watch Cobra Kai?
Go and watch Supernatural. There you go.
Okay.
And then some Cobra Kai too.
This needs to literally become a series. What to watch with Shay? It's just like Shay. It's like at the end of our podcast. It's at the end of our podcast. So Shay, do you have anything to say? Today we're here with what to watch with Shay.
Oh yo, and do you know what you could do for that series? You could write the theme tune, sing the theme tune. You could do that.
Write the theme tune, sing the theme tune.
Yes. Oh, Little Britain, man, was great.
Oh yes.
You could do that.
But yeah, I've been Undisputed. That's been Shay. Hope you all have an amazing day, and we'll see you in the next one. So, peace.
Peace.